Hey there, so summer is officially here and we are so excited to head out to embrace one of our absolute favorite things to do, living in Idaho. Living in the Boise area means we can and do love how easy it is to head out into the woods, or in this case, the desert, to go camping. So that's what we are headed out to do. And seeing as we are currently working with a number of clients and families who are considering moving to the Boise area and that also like the idea of how close various camping options and sites are, we decided that we would film a little mini-series this summer highlighting several nearby camping options. If you haven't already, please take a quick second to hit that subscribe button so you can see upcoming episodes and explore some camping spots with us that are right near the Boise area. Or if camping isn't your jam, no worries. We'll also be keeping up with our local Boise area tours, market updates, pros and cons, FAQs, and all of that. First up, and before the summer heat really sets in, we are headed out to the Bruneau Sand Dunes. This is actually the latest we would go to the dunes due to the heat. In general, we definitely recommend checking out Bruno in the spring or fall months. Why? Well, to avoid the crazy hot sand. We are filming this in late May, and thankfully it isn't too hot yet. One super cool fact about Bruno, it has the tallest single structured sand dune in the entire country. Yep, its peak rises 470 feet above the surrounding desert floor, and it is quite the sight. We will be showing you all around that dune later in this video. But first, let's take a quick second to check out its location. The Bruneau Sand Dunes are located southeast of Boise. You can quickly and easily get there from either Boise or Meridian in just about 60 to 65 minutes. So, as you can see in this map, it's just about 20 to 25 minutes south of the town of Mountain Home. Straight out, one of the things we really love about visiting Bruno is that we can grab the boys from school, hit the road, and be there and have our camp entirely set up in a short amount of time, typically less than 2 hours. So for busy families like ours, that is a definite solid plus. At Bruno, not only do they have incredible sand dunes that you can sled down, we typically bring our own sleds, but you can also rent them. It also has several lakes around it, so that's a reprieve from the heat, and you can also fish in those lakes and catch bluegills. In addition to the huge 470-foot sand structure that I mentioned earlier, there's also a lot of smaller sand dunes that are fun to explore. There's also the Bruneau Sand Dunes Observatory, something you will definitely not want to miss. They host stargazing events every Friday and Saturday night from March through October. We love this event. It really is what got my now 11-year-old into astronomy and stargazing. It lasts about 40 to 45 minutes, and they change up presentation topics, which, all things considered, makes sense, seeing as, there's literally a whole galaxy to explore and learn about. After the presentation is done, you get to use the observatory's collection of telescopes, which is always pretty cool. And after that, there is a scorpion walk. Cue the blue lights. And if this seems a bit creepy, I felt the same way at first. Thankfully, if these scorpions sting you, which, knock on wood, has yet to happen to any of us, it's no worse than a bee sting. And it is pretty cool seeing them with the black lights. And while the dunes alone make the park worth visiting, the park's remote location makes it the perfect destination to see Idaho's night sky. The stargazing is definitely an added bonus. Heck, when we were RV shopping, I was sold on the first one we saw that had a huge skylight over our bed, and really just for this park. There's also a big circular trail that goes all the way around the Bruneau Dunes. It is about, depending on which route you take, 7 to 9 miles long. Due to the terrain and sand, just know that it takes about 4 to 6 hours to complete. So be sure that you're prepared and bring extra water. If you're curious to learn more about the trail, we've included a link to it in the description. So if you think this looks like a fun place to check out, we fully agree. Again, though, I highly recommend going in spring or fall. Once it gets really hot, it's not nearly as enjoyable. At least that's how me and my crazy crew feel about it. I digress. If you're planning a trip, you will want to plan it ahead of time. You can make reservations online or by calling, and reservations can be made 9 months ahead of time. With the incredible growth that the Treasure Valley has seen over the past decade, you will definitely want to get your campsite reservations dialed ahead of time. While there are forums and Facebook groups where people post various cancellations, it can be very tricky to get a spot if you're late to the game. And that's especially true for the highly desirable campgrounds and areas that are in close proximity to Boise. So if you have your heart set on going to Ponderosa in McCall or Redfish Lake near Sun Valley, put make reservations on your calendar. Thanks for joining us for our weekend getaway. Hope it has given you something to add to your places to visit in Idaho list. If you haven't yet, please be sure to like and subscribe so we can stay in touch. Have a great day.